Many thanks for joining us on News Now on TV360 Nigeria. I am Annetta Felix. President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to present the 2019 budget on Wednesday, December 19, 2018. The president has written to the National Assembly seeking permission to present the budget before a joint sitting of the House by 11 p.m. next Wednesday. The letter comes a week after the Federal Executive Council approved the budget. It also comes more than a month after the Council approved the 2019-2021 medium-term expenditure framework, which is usually a precursor to the budget. That document is proposing 8.73 trillion naira as budget for next year, which is 400 billion naira lower than the 9.1 trillion naira approved for 2018. Meanwhile, lawmakers in the lower House of Representatives have threatened to boycott the president's presentation. The lawmakers are angry over comments by the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Udoma, who had blamed the late presentation of the document on the failure of the National Assembly to schedule a day for it. They have now demanded an apology from their former colleague and also threatened to force him to do so if he does not willingly apologize. Still in the House of Representatives, a bill to introduce the parliamentary system of government to the country has been read for the first time in the lower chamber. The bill introduced during plenary on Thursday was sponsored by 71 lawmakers who say a parliamentary system of government will help achieve economic growth and development of the country. Nigeria currently practices a presidential system of government, and the major difference between these two systems is that in a presidential system, the president is directly voted into power by the people, while in a parliamentary system, the legislature holds supreme and votes a prime minister into office, but there is no clear separation of power. Ahead of the 2019 election, Nigeria's electoral body, INEC, has been meeting with members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Road Transport Employees Association of Nigeria, and the National Association of Road Transport Owners to sort out logistic issues. The body has also been meeting with other stakeholders and unveiled plans to include internally displaced persons in the voting process. Fidelia Aguncha has the rest of the details.
The main purpose of this gathering is to reach an agreement that will solve the transport issues at the 2019 elections. Besides INEC officials, others at this meeting are members of at least 3 transport unions. They are first addressed by INEC Chairman Mahmood Yakubu, who highlights the challenges ahead.
INEC requires, in our estimation, over 100,000 vehicles for the 2019 general elections. However, with the increase in the number of voters as well as political parties since the last general election, we need to increase the pool of our service providers to meet the consequential increase in the number of vehicles. Accordingly, we decided to expand our collaboration beyond the National Union of Road Transport Workers.
Key officials of the union assured the INEC chairman of their support.
We'll try our best, we'll contribute our quota to see to the sources in terms of logistics for the 2019 general election. In 2015, we contributed, and we'll look at the areas that we should improve in the 2019 to make the operation a successful one.
I also want to assure you that NATO, as the umbrella organization of transport owners and operators in Nigeria, will do everything possible to support you, will do everything possible to ensure that we do what you are expecting us to do, so to move men and women materials to the election venues during the election.
We are not going to do less in 2019 general elections. We're going to come out in our best. Our end of the year special patrol Operation Zero is commencing 15th of December and we end 15th of January. And we have up to about 1 more month to face the election. So the next year to be comfortable and rely upon the core will also deliver more than we have done in the past elections.
The unions and the INEC chairman then signed a memorandum of understanding to work together to solve the logistic issues. The INEC meeting does not end there. At this stakeholders conference, the electoral body reels out its plans to ensure internally displaced persons are not left out in the 2019 elections.
For those who are not registered, there is an opportunity for them to register. And for those who registered and their names are on the database, we made sure that we reprinted the cards for them. In that way, all citizens will be involved in the process. Democracy, proper democracy and credible elections can take place only where it is inclusive and participatory, and where citizens are not disenfranchised for circumstances beyond their control.
We're collaborating with NEMA. They've been very helpful. They've given us a lot of information about location and demographic characteristics of IDPs. So there is a whole pool of secondary data that we're tapping into. But in addition to that, we expect that RECs, state offices where you have IDPs, will also conduct some kind of enumeration before we can do this.
Yakubu also clarifies that only IDPs within Nigeria's borders will be eligible to vote in the 2019 elections. Fidelia Aguncha, TV360 Nigeria.
On the party level, Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode and his Borno State counterpart Kashim Shettima have been stepping up efforts to reconcile aggrieved members of the All Progressives Congress in the Southwest. Both men, who are also members of the National Peace and Reconciliation Committee, are working to resolve issues arising from the party primaries in the region. They have now asked the dissolution members to consider making the necessary sacrifice for the overall interest of the party.
We are here not only to respect your individual self-esteem and console with you, but also to look into possible ways we can recommend to the party to placate aggrieved members through immediate windows of future opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, it is possible to take everything from a human being and get away with it. But one thing you should never attempt doing is to deny a human being his or her self-esteem. We do recognize and respect that you are all men and women of honor and integrity. Men and women who with dignity have mass followership in your respective constituencies. And the dangerous thing any political party will do is to completely ignore any of you in the belief that you either do not matter or that you will always remain in the APC out of loyalty. We are of the opinion that the worst politics on earth is to take the loyalty or tolerance of anyone for granted.
This committee is, more or less anxious to see whatever it is that we can put as ingredients in creating peace in Ogun State. Whatever happens in Ogun State is a reflection of what is happening in the whole of the Southwest. And we're ready to make sure that this our committee brings everybody back into one family fold. So we have come with an open mind. We know that, just like what the chairman has said, even if closures have been made, the feelings and the input here is what we're taking to Abuja tomorrow, and also making sure that NWC gets a very clear picture of how you feel. And ultimately, if there's a need to let the highest organ of the party also, intervene in a way that everything that is happening in Ogun State reflects what is happening in Lagos State, we'll be very happy to do it. And we're committed to making sure that every representation is taken to the party headquarters for redress and then for whatever it is that needs to be done.
Still on the APC, its deputy governorship candidate in Lagos, Obafemi Hamzat, has been trying to woo more supporters for the party. Hamzat wants Nigerians to ensure the APC retains power, not just in Lagos State but also on the federal level, to ensure continuity of the good work done so far.
It is important that we protect this country from PDP. Very important. Because if you also recall, at that time, we were selling oil at about $110 per barrel. When Buhari came in, oil price went to as low as $35. But we did more. So what are they doing with our money? Exactly what? In 2014, the budget of the Federal Ministry of Works, in 2014, the budget was 20 billion naira. Federal Ministry of Works. But they only released 12 billion. Now, in that 2014, the budget of Ministry of Works in Lagos was 78 billion. So you can imagine that they gave this whole country 20 billion to do all the roads. But when Buhari came in 2016, the first budget that they did, that budget in the Ministry of Works alone, you know, it was power, works and housing, but the works component was 266 billion. That's why we were able to complete a lot of the roads. You know, from 99, during OBJ's regime, they awarded Ibadan to Ilorin. Ibadan to Ilorin, you know, Ibadan is to Oyo, Oyo to Ogbomoso, Ogbomoso to Ilorin. So they broke it into three. They did Ibadan to Oyo, then they didn't do Oyo to Ogbomoso at all. It was just bush. They did Ogbomoso to. It is this government that raised the Suku. That Oyo to Ogbomoso is about 80% completed now. So what is, you know, it's amazing that in our country, our ability to live with problems is so big that PDP should be buried as a party.
In the presidential race, the candidate of the National Rescue Movement, Usman Ibrahim, has pledged to increase the national minimum wage to 50,000 naira if elected as president. He has also vowed to restore sanity in the education, health, power and other sectors of the economy if given the opportunity to lead.
God willing, we will put 50,000 as a minimum wage and then with an increment year by year, God willing. Employment for the youth through revitalization of our industries. When you look at our plans, we have even timetable that we can generate employment using different ways. Go through the rescue plan document, you will see how we can do it, God willing. We have the short time and long time and short, medium and long term plan. And what we are going to do is that after we declare state of emergency on the electricity or power in general, we are going to suspend the laws there, and we are going to, God willing, embark on the cluster way of generating electricity through clean energy, the solar, the wind. God willing, in the 100 days, you will have improved power supply in Nigeria.
The executive chairman of the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, Debo Adeniro, has commended Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode for his continued efforts to improve the state. Adeniro has also asked other state governors to emulate their Lagos counterpart, who he says is running a people-oriented government.
What has been demonstrated by the present administration is that there is hope that if more committed leaders mount the saddle in Lagos, it will only be a matter of time before the state witnesses the qualitative change that will elevate it from the present status to that of the first world player. The idea of focusing on the state government's activities and capturing it in the publication is anchored on the determination of the coalition to encourage and all-embracing assessment of government performance in the areas of socio-economic and infrastructural development. It is believed that by so doing, the government will be able to feel the pulse of the people, as well as have a means to accurately assess its level of performance. The significance of this project is that it ensures that government is accountable to the people.
As part of efforts to boost Nigeria's anti-corruption war, a non-governmental organization, the Human and Environmental Developmental Agency, HEDA, has revealed plans to honor Nigerians who have distinguished themselves. The award will be given in the name of the late legal icon, Gani Fawahimi, also in honor of impact and integrity. The chairman of the body, Lanre Siraj, has charged future recipients of the new award to emulate the late lawyer.
We've chosen the name of Gani Fawahimi for this award and honor based on his own sacrifice and selflessness for the country, and also the integrity that was attached to his effort as holding accountable the leaders of the country. So for us, we've restricted ourselves to just 3 awards, and that is to look at the impact, the integrity, and whistleblower. These whistleblowers have impacted with what they've assisted in doing within their system. They've also made sacrifices at the expense of their lives at certain instances to bring information to public domain and also the accountable people who are holding public trust. And for the integrity one, it is about also showing that people can have opportunity to abuse office or to be corrupt, but they will choose to also do the right thing, even at the expense of the benefits that are meant to be accrued to it. So why we name and shame those who are involved in corruption? Like we just launched the 100 high-profile corruption cases yesterday, we should also celebrate those who are upholding the cultural values of the country and also their integrity.
More stories are coming your way in just a moment. Don't go away.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
Wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency project. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the go-to app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other People Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
You're welcome back, and it's time for Business Now with Fidelia Aguncha. Hello, Fidelia.
Hi, Aneta.
So what's the updates in the world of business?
Well, the Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, Umar Dambata, says Nigeria's telecom industry has been repositioned as one of the backbone of the country's emerging economic revolution. He was speaking during a media parley with media executives in Abuja. Tunjioye has the rest of the story.
Nigeria is emerging as a nation with one of the fastest growing internet penetration in the world. Statistics from the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, shows that figures from mobile voice penetration, internet penetration, and broadband subscription is already more than the target set by NCC for the year 2018.
As of this month, the active voice subscriber base grew from 165 million in October 2018 to 169, almost 170 million subscribers in November, this month that is. The internet, therefore, subscription grew equally from 107 million, I'm not giving the rest, 107 million, almost 108 million in October this year to 109 in November this month. Okay, so if you are looking for the final statistics, you know, for the active voice subscriber base at this month is almost 170 million, and for the internet is 109 million.
I had been a little bit apprehensive about what was going to happen with our broadband penetration, but we're very happy with the result that came out at 29.8 without the November and December figures. So we are very comfortable. We're happy. We are determined to be sure that come next year, we're going to set a new agenda for broadband penetration in the country. So we're very happy about the result that just came out. Our country still remains a good destination for investment in ICT, and that will continue to manage, will continue to make sure that it remains veritable, it remains attractive to all the investors that are trying to come. And so those are issues that we have. Challenges, yes, but we have a resolve, we have a determination to make sure that we're on top of everything.
Beyond data and internet issue, the Nigerian Communications Commission says it is investing in research and training. The Commission is also taking necessary steps to save one of Nigeria's service provider, Nine Mobile, from going under.
We have a task force in place, and the task force is very busy. It has been busy throughout the year, monitoring the quality of service nationally, as well as on local government basis. The beauty about the work of the task force is we can be able to establish where there is degradation of quality of service in any local government area. We have approved grants to facilitate research by universities, and I think the last, if my recollections are still correct, we have granted 50 million naira last year, and the amount granted by the NCC for the conduct of research relevant to improving telecommunication services is slightly even above 50 million this year. Nine Mobile is a going concern. We have prevented, jointly with the CBN, Nine Mobile from going under. They are busy providing telecommunication services. Jobs have been saved. Nigerian jobs on Nine Mobile are secure. Subscribers are busy enjoying services offered by Nine Mobile, and Nigeria's image at the international stage or arena has improved, because this is a test case which these two regulators have passed with flying colors and should be applauded.
The Commission says it will continue to uphold quality and standard in the telecom industry and promise to do better in the year 2019. From Abuja, Tunjoye, TV360 News.
The Vocational, Technical and Entrepreneurship Academy in Nigeria, Field of Skills and Dreams, is empowering over 100 Nigerians with business skills. The fourth edition is in collaboration with the Public Affairs section of the U.S. Consulate General in Lagos. Anetta Felix has the rest of these details.
105 Nigerian youth are gathered here to receive an entrepreneurship training by the Field of Skills and Dreams VTE Academy in collaboration with the U.S. Consulate General, Lagos. They are chosen from a pool of over 5,000 graduates in 4 key sectors of technology, agriculture, confectionery and fashion.
It was an idea just to help young people around me, and then I suddenly realized that what I was doing was actually not just for the young, it was actually for more mature people. And we suddenly realized that we were helping more women than men and more unemployed housewives who actually desired to do something.
As you go home tomorrow, we will give you an opportunity to pitch your business idea. And from the 4 sectors that we have, we're going to have 4 winners tomorrow who would have in baking and food processing, agriculture, fashion design and electrical trades, who would go away with equipment worth about 100,000 each.
The U.S. Consulate Public Affairs Chief, Russell Brooks, also explains their motivation for partnering with Fields of Skills and Dreams.
We're supporting
the field of Skills and Dreams Academy because it's a very impressive local organization that's promoting one of our major mission goals, the promotion of entrepreneurship as part of our efforts to also support trade and investment and economic development here in Nigeria.
The training will be on for 2 days. One of the participants is optimistic about all he stands to benefit.
It's basically about entrepreneurship, so I thought this could be a platform to learn more about what it takes to be an entrepreneur and the various processes that is involved in trying to, from taking a dream to reality, and the steps you need to take, including funding, as well as networking with people who could have the same idea or people who've been through the same process to leverage on their experience.
The Field of Skills and Dreams VTE Academy began training entrepreneurs in 2005, and they have empowered 905 youth ever since. Participants at this training will be taught practical business skills and will be given an opportunity to intern at top companies in Nigeria to prepare them to explore Nigeria's economic potentials. Annetta Felix, TV360, Lagos.
Well, let's now look at activities on the stock market. Stay with us. The NSE ends another day in the reds, recording its third day of loss this week. Well, this time it is dropping by 0.24%, and that's a 74-point drop in the all-share index. While a total of 51 equities were actively traded today, while the share prices of 10 remained unchanged, 20 others recorded gains, while the remaining 21 declined. Now, leading the pack of losers is Seplat, with its share price dropping by almost 60 naira, and this is as a result of panic selling by investors who feel the market just might decline further before the end of the year. A drop in oil prices is also a key player in this decline. It was also a bad day for Nestle, Nascon Allied PLC, and Stanbic IBTC Bank. Well, meanwhile, moving on to the top gainers chart now. The gainers are led by Mobil, which is recovering from yesterday's loss, appreciating by over 5 naira, and that's after losing almost 9 naira yesterday. And it is followed closely by CAP PLC, which led the gainers chart yesterday, but is today dropping by 2 naira. And third on the list is Forte Oil, making the chart for the 4th straight day. Well, in summary, over 193 million shares were traded today in 2,950 deals, and were all valued at 3.696 billion naira. And going global now, we can see that they are all in the greens as they were yesterday, but this time the level of appreciation is much lower than that of yesterday. FTSE is appreciating by 0.06%, the Dow by 0.10%, and Nikkei by 0.99%. Well, it's back to Annette now.
Thank you so much for that update, Fidelia. Great to see that the global stock markets are appreciating as well.
Yes.
So we'll go on a short break now, and we'll return with more stories. Do stay with us.
Corruption not in my country.
How work?
Oh, correct, Oga.
What is it that you are doing?
Oga, they command the part now. Make we go sell for.
Oga, na correct kuza be this o. Oga Titus and him boys them. They do am. They will command the original parts, sell them, make plenty kusa. No wonder our customers bring the generator back to our workshop because they bad. And not because of stuff. Now because they overuse the generator. Plus say NEPA no they give them electricity. Before I open my eye, Makachuku look at my talk in the heaven. Replace this original generator parts back inside this generator of my customer. In short, before una do am, frog jump. One, frog jump. 1, 2, 1. Stealing of generator parts or changing of original parts to a fake one. That is the corruption. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Stop corruption now.
Gunmen on motorbikes have killed more than 40 Tuareg civilians this week in northern Mali, where clashes over land and scarce water are common. The violence compounds an already dire security situation in the desert region used by jihadist groups to launch attacks in Mali and across West Africa. The identity of the assailant was unknown, but disputes between the nomadic Tuareg and head of Fulani ethnic groups have killed several hundreds and displaced thousands this year. 9 people have been killed and nearly 50 others injured after a high-speed train crashed into a locomotive in the Turkish capital of Ankara. The train had been on its way from Ankara's main station to the central province of Konya with 206 passengers on board. The Ankara public prosecutor launched an investigation into the crash, which comes after another rail disaster in July this year, when 24 people were killed and hundreds more injured. Novak Djokovic and Simona Halep have been named as the 2018 ITF World Champions by the governing body of global tennis. World number 1 Djokovic receives the honor from the International Tennis Federation for the 6th time, while it is the first year that Romania's top-ranked Halep has been recognized. Djokovic stomped back to the top of the rankings after injury, winning Wimbledon and the US Open, while Halep also enjoyed Grand Slam success in 2018, claiming her maiden major title at Roland Garros and reaching the final at the Australian Open. The Football Association FA have confirmed Chief Executive Martin Glenn will leave his role at the end of the season. The former Leicester director originally took up the role in May 2015, and the FA released a statement saying he had resigned from the position. Glenn's tenure included World Cup title wins for the men's under-17 and under-20 teams, as well as a senior team's rise from a disappointing Euro 2016 campaign to a run to the World Cup semi-finals this year in Russia. And you're now up to date on the latest around the world at this time. Thanks for watching News Now on TV360 Nigeria. You can catch up on other interesting programs on our YouTube channel and social media platforms. And do log on to our website at www.tv360nigeria.com. I am Annetta Felix. Bye for now.